Alright, before we begin and go balls deep, as usual in my analysis and opinion for this week's Boruto episode, this video is sponsored by Grand Chase, and just by looking at the trailer, god damn this looks fun. This is a game you can download on iPhone, Android or on BlueStacks if you prefer to play apps on your PC. It's a real-time strategy action RPG, so if you're into Final Fantasy or game-based anime such as Overlord, it's right up your alley. The game features and puts you into explosive combat that enables players to initiate attacks which annihilate swarms of enemies all at once. Yeah, just like Goku, Sasuke and Kirito does in Sword Art Online. Another feature is the strategic team combo battle system, which allows players to strategize varied team assault dynamics of up to 4 characters. Furthermore, an intuitive directional skill system and various sequence combo controls which will add to the action-packed excitement. So if you want a hack and slash playstyle and control the party with easy mechanics, go ahead and try out this game by downloading it on your phone from the App Store. In addition, if you comment below your favorite character in the game, Grand Chase is randomly selecting some of you to win a prize in game. Anyways, with that out the way, let's cue the intro. Okay, so why have I titled the video this? Let me explain, and I hope you understand everything I'm going to say. Everything I have predicted thus far about the plot has turned out to be correct in my analysis. Now, it's a funny thing how I am able to do this because of my introspective view. So as I stated last week, I said Onoki himself has used his own cells to create Lord Ku with the scientists. And this made sense because Lord Ku has the same abilities and he seems to be high Jonin or Hokage level. Now, Onoki confirms everything I said in this episode. Now, the next question is, what about the rest of the synthetic ninjas? Who are they based on, right? So clearly Sekiei has clay bombs, which is a forbidden jutsu that Deidara stole from the village and left Onoki's side. So it's most likely that this jutsu comes from Onoki providing the forbidden scroll and he instilled it into him. The other 3 are anyone's guess. You can let me know what you think in the comment section below. It seems like compared to Lord Ku, the other ninjas have been created are unstable, right? They also have pale skin, so I wonder how they will explain this as to why they cannot create more people like Lord Ku. Now, in last week's review, a lot of you didn't understand why I think Onoki is a hypocrite, and again, I'll try to explain the best I can. Onoki's grand plan is to make all the existing Akuta, including the people like Sekiei, stronger and just like Mitsuki. Mitsuki is a biological being that is perfection, created by Orochimaru via organic technology and his cells. Orochimaru considers Mitsuki and Log his sons. He admits he loves them and wants the best for them so they can find their true identity. Onoki thinks the opposite of even Orochimaru, the evilest guy we can even know in this whole show. This is because what he is trying to do is create life, so in the end he is still trading a life for another life. He wants the Akuta and beings to fight instead of the young ninjas. Onoki, for example, has told Lord Ku and the other Akuta beings to take on the job of sacrificing and defending the village against people like the Otsutsuki, which will inevitably mean that they will die against these so-called gods. Why is Onoki allowed to make these decisions for the people he has created that seem to have free will and have life and have emotions? That's like Orochimaru saying to Mitsuki that he has created him to do his tasks and do the evil stuff for his sake. But that's not the case. Orochimaru said Mitsuki is in phase 2 trying to reach phase 3 to find his free will. Mitsuki and Lord Ku are practically living beings. To put it into comparison, they are like the tailed beasts. The tailed beasts were created through chakra and the creation of all things technique by the Sage of Six Path. Naruto even befriended Kurama and considered all the tailed beasts living creatures with feelings and the will of their own. The Sage of Six Path, and even Naruto says this, that chakra is what connects the whole world and is the essence of the life force that lets people understand each other, and that is what Ninshu is. Onoki again does not adhere to this. Lord Ku and the other beings clearly also have chakra and are using jutsu. They are also, technically speaking in the Naruto universe, are living beings. Also, another fact of the matter is, Onoki doesn't even claim his own son, guys. My man says that he used his own cells to create Lord Ku, which means he used his own sperm or other things to create him. Now, I don't want to get into this, fam, you know what I'm saying, but this means just like Orochimaru, that Orochimaru says Mitsuki is his son, Lord Ku is Onoki's son. Onoki is implying that his son should work for him and sacrifice himself for defending the youngsters. The whole time the Akuta hate humans and are trying to be like them and learning their culture, similar to Mitsuki, but human beings will never accept them because they're not the same. It goes back to the ethical argument. If we created AI in real life, are robots with free will just as important as human beings? Then the anime even addresses the soul bit, which I talked about in previous review on episode 80, which again proves what I'm saying is correct, that do these guys have souls? Naruto the anime has the concept of souls and an afterlife, and you can even resurrect these souls. So does Mitsuki have a soul? Does Lord Ku? Or these Akuta? And that's the bigger question. Now, am I saying robot lives are worthy just as humans if they had feelings and free will? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Naruto universe works entirely different. They have a chakra system, and clearly Mitsuki, Lord Ku and the Akuta can use chakra. This means they are accepted as a possible living creature. The tailed beasts prove my point. They are big balls of chakra and have free will and have feelings. Onoki's whole plan is so stupid and hypocritical because it's worse than Kaguya. He says, I don't want to see any more innocent young people die. Then why don't you tell the people and the families of the ones who died to further your plan? Konoha Shinobi died. Lord Ku seems to have major anger management issues, and he wasn't keen on not harming Boruto last episode despite Onoki, his master, telling him not to do it, so he clearly cannot listen to Onoki all the time. And this whole time and plan of Onoki is that Lord Ku is planning his own demise, because once he might find out the truth that his own creator has planned for him to die and defend humans, why would he do that? They have already displayed to us that they hate humans and have their own way of rational thinking. I'm pretty sure when they will find out the truth, they will end up betraying their orders and the purpose of what they want to do. Onoki's plan will fail. Also, an interesting detail is that ninjas are not as strong as they used to be. No one's training at the plains anymore, which is why Onoki is scared for their future, right? But how is that the new generation's fault if they are getting weaker? As a leader and a person in position of power, why don't you enforce a greater package and training opportunities that appeal to them? Like what Naruto was doing and training the people to seal him and seeing and gauging how strong they have become. Or being on TV and doing interviews to entertain them and figure out what is going on. When Naruto sacrificed himself for the village against Momoshiki, literally everyone in the village cried for him and asked him to stop. The best way to train a generation of people who are losing interest in something is to make that task more appealing that suits their shift of ideals. For example, make training fun again by making it like a game, since the kids love to play video games on their iPads. You know how the Boruto is showing that. Onoki does the opposite. What you're not meant to say is, yeah, they're weak, it's not a solvable problem, let's make a replacement that's even worse and can't be controlled and let them die instead. Onoki isn't solving the bigger problem, and if he continues with this plan, the generations will continue to get weaker and weaker and weaker and rely on the Akuta too much. Like, think about Wall-E for a second. It's just how the psychological nature of how humans are. You know how in Wall-E, how they resorted to not doing anything and became super lazy? That's how the ninjas will become if this becomes the true purpose of the freaking Akuta. Naruto is trying to fix this problem and is a better Kage. Sasuke and Naruto both talk about the will of fire and how will they pass this fire onto the new generation since they are different. And guess what happened? Boruto showcased to both of them that it can still exist, because Boruto never knew what he wanted to be if he wanted to be a ninja anyway, but then when shit hit the fan, he stepped up and became the person that they were looking for in the new generation. Naruto and Sasuke both motivated Boruto to become the ninjas that the villagers are looking for. So it isn't the case that the new generation are getting weaker and weaker, it's the case that they are not motivated to train or have the benefits of doing so. Until your leader and the old man that is wise is being able to advise you on what is important. Onoki is just honestly just stupid, and every time I hear his plan, I just think this is a senile old man that should stop having a say and having power that matters in the village and how it should be run. Even when Boruto mentioned that many Konoha shinobi have died due to his plan, he just brushes it aside and says, I have deep regrets. But dude, those people are not coming back to life. Is a Konoha shinobi life not worth as much as a hidden stone ninja's? That's just so selfish for you to foresee your plan as a top priority over everyone else's needs. He even states to Boruto that I have more reasons to why I'm doing this. So this goes back to the indication that I think he's trying to bring his grandson back to life so he can see him again. Onoki has always been controversial since he's been in the anime, even in Naruto, and just watching this episode we see him help Boruto and give him food and water to drink. I was thinking, oh, he's such a nice old man teaching Boruto how to survive in a barren wasteland. But then Boruto asked him, why are you giving me food and water? Then this dude reveals that the reason he is saving Boruto is because I figured I owe you for saving my life. So what is he trying to say? If Boruto did not save his life when the pillar was about to drop on him and crush him, he wouldn't be giving him food or water. Like, I know this is one little bit of a nitpick, but the writing is trying to say to us that the characterization of Onoki is based on tradition and ideals that he wants to be met. He is still someone that thinks of his own interests and judges a person on whether or not on where they fall based upon his ideological view of the world. Now this is toxic leadership and leads to failure. It's the opposite of Naruto. What I am saying is further proven based on the fact that Onoki isn't Kage anymore, and he chose not to listen to his own granddaughter and her decision as Kage and leader of the village who believes what he is doing is not a great idea. He also chose to break the peace treaty he agreed upon with Naruto and the other nations. He only cares about what he thinks. If you think about it, if it was Naruto that was in a barren wasteland and it was a person that he didn't agree with or was an anti-hero, Naruto will still not let them die of starvation or thirst. They wouldn't even have to do him a favor or owe him anything. He would just do it, right? This is because his view of the world is what a position of leader should have, being open-minded that is able to converse ideas and debate the state of a situation. Like, I honestly think that Onoki needs to die or be reprimanded for his actions in this arc. Obviously, I 100% believe that, you know, what's going to happen at the end of this arc, because they need to redeem his character and make it be left on a happy note so we don't remember the negatives. So if he does die, a speech no jutsu is definitely going to happen. Also, you know, another thing I want to mention, why is Boruto learning to forage basic stuff after his Chunin exam? Isn't a ninja supposed to already know this stuff? Oh man, that's everything I have to say to this. You know, Onoki is just stupid, and I don't agree with his character at all. Hopefully I convinced you. Be sure to smash the like button and follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll see you guys next week.